that, and not just during general public comment. There will be an additional public comment period during the special meeting, if that is not.
So we're gonna have general public comment on all different items. Once you're here for RSO, you can wait, and then when we're done with all of that, we will come back and have a special moment where each person coming on the RSO item can speak. So you don't.
So they're only taking general public comment right now?
At this moment, we will let you
And
know
then
when
after
it's time
special,
to
When the special kicks in,
then, okay, so it's only 1 minute for everybody.
and then with the special, there's no general.
Correct, yeah. It's only 1 minute. That's good.
I will begin by calling the following names: Dolores, Larry Long, Jasmine Forian, Alita Morales, Catherine Anderson, and Fred Sutton.
And if your name was called and you're actually here to speak to the RSO, just say pass, and then we'll come back to you when we get to the RSO.
So. If your name was called, line up on this side, please.
You can go ahead. I was called, yeah, I just want them to go first though.
No, I prefer 36 years, right? Yeah. I usually pick up stuff from other people.
Hold on just 1 minute.
You know, I think since everyone's here, is probably here to speak to the RSO, why don't we recess the special meeting, it's a regular meeting?
Hey.
Take up the special meeting, and that way each person can come speak to the RSO item.
No, they're not gonna, they're reversing it. That's what he wants to do.
So.
That's what it appears.
So we're not doing general public comment right now?
The general meeting, and we are taking up the special meeting, and we will
Yeah,
have
that's
public comment in the special meeting. Everyone's here to speak to that.
Let's stay up.
I'm sorry.
Just take general comment for both of us.
Speak now. So.
General comment
Is
for
it because I
both.
walked out? Are you
Please
scared?
don't yell out. We don't have time for this.
Because I walked out.
Let's, take up the special meeting, call the roll for special meeting.
Wow.
What's the special meeting about? Sir, can you give us the special meeting?
Rent stabilization.
Yeah.
Rent stabilization?
Yeah. At the very least, wait
But they're
to.
gonna go that way. So if your name is called for the others, I will be.
Public comment for especially turnover on social security.
Are you here for rent
Thank you,
stabilization?
Councilmember, for allowing us to open public comment for the special, which is the book 60 comment first, before going through the general meeting.
Now you can make you wait
I'd like to
again.
call item,
And you know they're gonna blame you.
Huh?
They're gonna blame you when you have
Oh,
nothing to do with
yeah, I
it.
know.
Is there a second to that one?
Unless you're here for the rent stabilization,
Second by Mr. Martinez.
they're gonna do, they reversed it. Not all of them. I don't know what's gonna happen, what time, but they're doing the rent stabilization.
23 are items for which public hearings have not been held, and votes are required for consideration.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. Other than that.
Which one is it, 21 through?
21 through 23.
Yes, sir. That's correct though. I'm here for both. Don't worry.
Are you here for both?
Sure.
Nice handoff, sir.
It's not his fault. They always do this to the sergeant or
But
they
he
always
normally
put,
doesn't. He's pretty, yeah, but he's retiring,
So
so.
each person will get 1 minute. So there are 3 items on the special agenda. So I know we just read in the instructions for general public comment during the regular meeting. We are now in the special meeting. So if you are here for general public comment, you'll need to wait until we go back into the regular meeting. This is only for public comment on the items. So because there are 3 items on the special meeting agenda, you'll have up to 3 minutes total, and that is up to a 1 minute maximum for the items. So if you're here for the RSO item, you'll have up to 1 minute for the RSO. If you'd like to speak to all the items, you'll have up to 3 minutes to speak to all of the items. Please keep in mind that you need to be on topic. If you are not on topic, or we cannot tell whether you're on topic, you'll get 1 brief warning for being the council president. At that point, you need to get immediately and do so, or if you get straight out of
Merry Christmas. You take care. God bless. Thank you. All right.
So again, the items that are open for public comment during this special meeting are items number 21, which is the RSO item, the rent stabilization ordinance, and items 22 and 23. Now, if I can have the interpreters just one more time, let me.
I told the person calling names, you're here for both. You're just gonna go because your name was called regardless.
And my name is.
But are you gonna talk about the RSO?
Yeah.
All right. And then she's just gonna have to wait.
Oh, she has
Yeah, because she can't talk about anything else other than the rent stabilization. Because if she goes up and starts talking about that, they're gonna kick her out.
I would like to call Catherine
You can go first. I just want to make sure.
I'm not going to. I want to hear what you say because I want to pick up.
Just go. Just go.
and Larry.
Just
All right.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to? Good afternoon. Which items?
21, 22, 23 special items.
Good. 3 minutes for the items. Go ahead.
Regarding the rent stabilization, if you're not familiar, there was a order entered in early November, I believe it was the 13th, on an order of contempt against the city for the practices of withholding records and information pertaining to rent stabilization and every other housing and homelessness service that the city provides, not only at the city level, but the city in conjunction with the county and the county in conjunction with the state. It was surprising actually to hear the words from the special master that this very same item is based on, very clearly express her frustration, to say the least, on how the CAO's office, which is a big contributor to many of the policies that go into the RSO that we're talking about today, clearly admit in open court that they're not willing to participate willingly and willingly offer the information that has been court ordered. Not only the financial information, but the interdepartmental correspondence and putting up a front.
1 minute, correct?
Yep. And it's very fascinating, you know, on the special meetings too. There's some, you guys know you're supposed to at the very least put out the agenda packet, right? When you take a look at the one published at the front there, if you actually take a look, the special meetings are not posted. In fact, I actually just had a conversation with about half a dozen people who literally didn't even know what 22 and 23 was. They knew the RSO, but that's only because they saw some of the online access packets. But 22 and 23, in fact, are actually not posted. Nobody right here actually has access to what any of those agenda items actually state. And so you cannot expect the people who took time out of their workday, took time out of their families, spent money on transportation to get here, childcare I imagine as well, and don't even have access to the information to effectively speak on this, unless there's somebody like me who has insider information into people that actually work at the city. How is that an effective use of public comment? How is that not a violation of these people's First Amendment rights, a violation of the Brown Act, and countless other civil rights violations? And it just seems to be that the silliest of things always seem to hang the city up. Whether it be collusion with criminal enterprises, developers, and hogging up real estate deals and sweetheart deals and giving gambling money to Lee to go to Nevada and not reporting it to the Ethics Commission, and so on and so forth, to not even posting a simple agenda item. And that's where the state of these special meeting items are today at the special meeting period. You cannot have an effective public comment period because the agenda items are not even posted for people to read.
Councilmember Nazarian has an amendment, and wants to telegraph that, if you wanted to read that into the record now, we can do so. And then we'll go back to the What's your amendment, sir?
Thank you, Council President. I wanted to take a moment and I think we all worked very hard on this issue. I think we came to a good compromise, and I think leaving anything ambiguous doesn't help us moving forward. So I wanted to read into the record how now we can address the issue of dependence. And as a precursor to that, I wanted to just speak very briefly. Rent stabilization ordinance and the related provisions of the Los Angeles Municipal Code reference dependence for purposes including occupancy, rental agreement additions, and determinations regarding relocation, rent adjustments, and tenant protection. Currently, the code does not contain a uniform definition of dependent, resulting in ambiguity for tenants, landlords, and the Los Angeles Housing Department. To provide clarity, consistency, and ease of administration, it is appropriate that the city adopt a single standardized definition of dependent that aligns with an existing widely understood federal framework. The IRS, the Internal Revenue Service, IRS definition of qualifying child and qualifying relative provides clear, objective criteria used nationwide and updated regularly. Adopting these IRS standards will ensure uniform application across RSO-regulated processes, reduce disputes, and provide clearer guidance to both tenants and landlords regarding which household members qualify as dependents for purposes of the RSO. For the purpose of defining dependents under the RSO, residency-related criteria should be excluded as the IRS has specific criteria for dependents and citizenship residency. So
We will get into the discussion of the merits in a moment, but you've read it to the record.
So let me, if you don't mind, to read the actual language. I therefore move that the City Council instruct the Los Angeles Housing Department with the assistance of the City Attorney to amend the transmitted ordinance version A to amend all relevant sections of the rent stabilization ordinance that reference dependents, including but not limited to LAMC sections 151.06, 151.09, and any other applicable provisions to define dependent using the Internal Revenue Service criteria for qualifying child and qualifying relative, except that residency-related criteria shall not be used. One, a qualifying child as dependent by the IRS, including requirements related to relationship, age, residency, support, and filing status. Two, a qualifying relative as defined by the IRS, including requirements related to relationship, support, gross income, and filing status. Three, exclude any residency-related criteria. Therefore, move that the ordinance specify that LAHD may update administrative references to IRS criteria as the federal definitions are revised without further amendment to the Los Angeles Municipal Code, provided that no substantive change is made beyond conforming to current IRS definitions. Lastly, further move that LAHD report back on any administrative, operational, or enforcement considerations related to implementing this standardized definition across all RSO-related programs and procedures. Thank you very much, Council President.
Thank you. We discussed the merits of that public comment. Thank you for reading your amendment into the record. We will now continue with public comment.
Pardon, is there a second to that motion?
Mr. Costa, second.
And before we continue the public comment, I just want to correct some of the factual records with regards to the agendas. So I confirm with the clerk's office that if you would like a copy of the special agenda for this meeting, that they were available in that. As the public speaker said earlier, it was also available, or it is also available online. And my understanding is that it was posted, the physical copy, in City Hall. Yes.
Thank you.
So, thank you. Good answer to the, which items?
Fred Sutton, all available actors.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for the end. Go ahead.
Hard for me to digest all that, so I'm going to stick to what I was previously going in. This is why I think this should have gone to committee first, is because there are a lot of nuances to this law. It's very, very important. This also goes into effect immediately. For 6 months, LHD has broadcasted what this cycle's allotment is going to be. This should not be rushed, this should take place in July of next year as regularly scheduled. Under this proposal, you have shared utilities, some people pay utilities, now others will not be utilities in that building. The goalposts are shifting in cycle, hence regulatory whiplash is unnecessary. As it relates to the dependence and the conversation around that, it's been specifically about minor dependence. That's what happened in committee, that's what's in the LHD guidelines. LHD current guidelines have minor dependence. Councilmember Ron Purcell stated if you have a second kid in your RSO unit, you should not have to pay another 10%. Everything was in regards to the minor dependent provision
So,
of
speaking of exhausted, go ahead on.
Okay.
Next speaker.
Overtime. And you are going to give me
So
public
we are
comment.
holding your time, but you're not allowed to speak to the vote. So which item would you like? Which item would you, Mr. Candido?
Yes, sir.
Mrs. Seaver, which item would you like to speak to?
Well, I'd speak to all five that are able to speak on this because.
So,
there's
okay,
no
hold on, your time's not running. This is a special meeting, so if you'd like all, items, if you would like all items, you can speak to. Okay, so this is your first and only warning. Please do not disrupt me when I'm trying to give you instructions for your public comment. I know you want to provide public comment, and you will have an opportunity to do so. And again, we have not started your time. If you'd like all items, you have 3 minutes for the items during the special meeting, and that would be items 21 through 23. General public comment will have to wait until we're back in the regular meeting, along with everybody else who's here for general public comment. So for now, you have 3 minutes for items 21 through 23. Go ahead.
All right, thank you. Rest stabilization, the other, I think it was Tuesday, Wednesday, I want to thank Ms. Park because she brought forth all of the residents from Palisades, and we really got to see how much they're suffering, what they're going through, and the fact that people that own condominiums, people who own motorhomes or mobile homes, how they were going to be impacted by it. Again, Ms. Park, thank you for showing that. And also that your residents are showing us that they can't trust the insurance company. You must make sure, be sure that your insurance policy is up to date. Folks, they will do everything to decline a settlement. So please, make sure that it's one of the things I have to worry for a ranch, we're vulnerable to fires all the time. Mr. Lee, I'm going to take you on right now. You bring these wonderful groups to the VECC. Back in the day, when we let people do the same thing, you never acknowledged us.
Hold on, your time is paused. This is not on the agenda. So I'm going to ask that you please stick to the rest of your 147 seconds during the special meeting. If you'd like to speak to items 22 or 23, you can. You've already exhausted your 1 minute on 21. If not, you will have your 1 minute for general public comment during the regular meeting.
Thank you. I think I said it out, Ms. Sparks, thank you for bringing the residents of Palisades into this. Thank you.
Next speaker. Next speaker, please come forward.
Come on, guys,
You got too much seniority, man.
Are there any additional speakers?
Graciano's like, I'm too close to retirement.
No one in line for the special?
I will call.
By the way, did you hear Eric Previns passed away?
Boyer,
Yeah.
Nico Gardner,
You know who,
Maria Briones, and Henry.
What's his name? We're looking for him. We can't find him. Arnold Sachs. Oh, yeah? Are you holding on? I gotta.
People coming up, and again, we're waiting for those people to come up to the
Do you mind if I
podium.
scoot?
This is the special meeting, so if you're here to provide public comment on the special meeting agenda, that is items 21 through 23. Make sure you sign up to do so. If you are here for general public comment, then we will go to general public comment, and we will go back to the regular.
Maybe one person here for general public comment. Is there anyone here? Is there anyone else here who is here for the special agenda? If so, please come forward. And if not, we'll get to move to the other part of the agenda so you can speak. Gentlemen?
And if I could also have the interpreter make this announcement here as well. So just to repeat what the council president has said, if you are here for the RSO item or any item on the special agenda, you can line up and speak at this time.
Si ustedes están aquí para hablar sobre la ordenanza de estabilización de renta, pueden hacer la fila para hablar ahora mismo.
And if you are here for general public comment, we appreciate your patience. We will get back later on.
Also, there's
It's very short. Okay.
Good morning, my name is Maria Rones, and I'm here with some of the service. And
Or good afternoon, which items are you here to speak to?
21.
Okay, so you have 1 minute, go ahead.
Okay. We don't want any more data from Larso except the CPI from the 90% to the 60%. We already have worked so hard, and landlords have made so much money over the years, 40 years, and there have been no changes. Larso has to be voted and implemented ASAP before February, because we know that coming to, January, the landlords have to start sending the letters of the increments of the rent. And I would like to thank Nidia Rahman, Isabel Murado, Ulises Hernandez, and Hugo Soto Martinez for being the champions of Larso. Thank you very much. We really appreciate your effort and all your support. And we also support the living wages for the workers. Thank you very much.
Next speaker, please. Good afternoon, which item?
21.
The 21? Okay, so you have 1 minute, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Christina Moyer. I'm all about the RSO. Please vote for Virgin Energy. We voted today. I understand the clarifications, but please don't let this be delayed anymore. We really do need this in place before the February eclipse. I appreciate council for voting this through. Could be stronger, but happy to see it go through. And we support living wages. Thank you.
Go ahead, speaker.
Hi, my name is Jesus Rojas, I'm speaking on 21.
Okay, so you have 1 minute, go ahead.
Jesus Rojas for the Apartment Association of Los Angeles, AGLA. We please ask you guys to take a deep consideration of what's going to be passed today. There's a lot more things that need to be looked at. We know that there's an amendment coming by about the 1% addition to small mom and pop owners with 10 units or less. So please just take your time to really fully consider what's being passed today. Also, there's a lot of language that is vague, so please, we ask you guys to take your time and I'll pass it in February or not make it for it to be applied in February, but next year in July. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Buenos días a todos. Mi nombre es Marta Castro. Good morning, everyone. My name is Marta Castro. Y quiero comenzar sobre los comentarios del público en general, artículo 21.
And I'd like to give a general public comment and a comment on item 21.
Okay, so before she begins, then we'll restart our time. Can you please let the speaker know? You have 1 minute for the item. General public comment will be later if you would like it at that time.
Bueno, antes de que empiece, vamos a reponer su tiempo. Solo se aceptará 1 minuto para dar su comentario en el punto 21 y luego se va a aceptar su comentario general después de esta reunión especial.
Adelante. Mi nombre es Marta Castro y soy miembro de la organización ARTE. Y soy propietaria pequeño contribuyente del distrito número 10.
Hi, good morning. My name is Marta Castro. I'm an ACE member, and I am a small landlord, and I'm a constituent of District 10.
Si hay algo que cambiar es el 90% de CPC al 70% de spectrum.
And if there's anything to change, it should be the 90% CPI to 60% CPI.
La ley de Larso debe votarse e implementarse antes de febrero, cuando la mayoría de los inquilinos reciben aumentos de alquiler.
LARSO should be voted on and implemented before February, when many tenants are facing rent increases. Esto se convirtió en este plazo y sometería a innumerables inquilinos. And having this motion would disrupt that timeline and affect a lot of tenants. Inquilinos al momento de alquiler incluso innecesarios. And these tenants will be subject to unfair rent increases. Por favor, vote la versión A. Please vote for version A. Thank you.
Right. And so, 3 months. June. I expected.
Which item, you asked which item?
6 years.
21? I'd like to comment on item 21 and make a public comment, and I would like us to.
That's some crazy shit, guys.
Okay, so you'll have 1 minute for the item first. Go ahead.
Pues en este momento solo será un minuto para comentar en este tema. Adelante. Mi nombre es Paula, soy de la Organización de Arte, Distrito 9.
Do you want to go back to you? Yeah, let's go.
También quiero pedir cómo entrar en actividad de equipo de trabajo. Que atender una reunión con nosotros. My name is Paula. I'm an ACE member from District 9, and I'd like to ask my council member, Mr. Kerwin Price, to please work with his team to schedule a meeting with us. Somos 10 familias que ya esta reunión por teléfono, por email, por comentar estudios por hacer temas, va a tomar para que nos escuche. And there are 10 families that have been asking for at least a phone meeting, and we're here also giving public comments, so I'm not sure what else we need to do to get it. Si hay algo que cambiar, es el 90% del CPI al 60% del CPI. And if there's anything that needs to be changed, it would be the 90% CPI and have it changed to a 60% CPI. Por favor, voten la versión A. Please vote for version A. La ley LARSO debe votarse e implementarse antes de febrero. LARSO must be voted on and implemented before February. Cuando la mayoría de los inquilinos reciben aumento de alquiler. And this is when most tenants end up getting their rent increase. Esta moción interrumpiría este plan sobre el número de inquilinos, aumento de alquiler, uso de innecesario. And by having this motion, it would disrupt that timeline and cause a lot of tenants to face unfair rent increases. Por favor, vote por la versión A. Please vote for version A.
Thank you.
I did actually. I don't appreciate. I don't watch this for example. My oldest lady came with this.
Good afternoon. Which item?
Well, I mean,
El artículo 21.
move for less.
Item 21.
So we had everything.
One second, go ahead.
Un minuto, adelante.
Like we didn't.
Mi nombre es Tomás Martínez, soy miembro de nosotros también somos especiales, los inquilinos.
My name is Tomás Martinez, I'm an ACE member, and we as tenants are special.
Vivo en el distrito 14.
I live in District 14.
Living off the couch.
Estoy cansada de ver gente que vive en las calles con sus familias. Si hay algo que cambiar, es el 90% del CPI al 60% CPI. La ley LARSO debe votarse e implementarse antes de febrero, cuando la mayoría de los inquilinos reciben aumentos de alquiler. Esta moción interrumpirá ese plazo.
So, I'm here because I'm tired of people having to live on the streets with their families. And if there's anything to change to this LARSO ordinance, it would be to change the CPI from 90% to 60%. LARSO must be voted on and implemented before February, because that's when most tenants are facing their rent increases.
Y sometería a innumerables inquilinos aumentos de alquiler injusto e innecesarios y desalojos. Por favor, vote laxo la versión A. Es tiempo de que voten. Gracias.
And by having this motion, it would disrupt the timeline, which would subject many tenants to unfair and unnecessary rent increases as well as evictions. So it's time to vote now. Please vote on version A.
Hola, buenos días. Mi nombre es María Sánchez y vengo por el punto 21.
Hi, my name is Maria Sanchez, and I'm here to comment on item 21.
Soy la organización ACE y soy inquilino.
I am from ACE, and I'm also a tenant.
Si hay algo que cambiar es ese 90% del CPI al 60% del CPI.
If there's anything to change, it needs to be from the 90% CPI to 60% CPI.
La ley de la debe votarse e implementar antes de febrero.
Large bill needs to be voted on and implemented before February.
Cuando la mayoría de los inquilinos reciben aumento de alquiler,
And that's when most tenants are facing their rent increases.
esta moción interrumpe ese plazo y someterá a innumerables.
And this motion would disrupt that timeline and put tenants at risk.
Inquilinos aumentos de inquilinos injustos e innecesarios.
And these tenants would be at risk for unfair and unnecessary rent increases.
Por favor, voten a la versión A. Por favor, gracias y por favor.
Please vote for version A. Thank you. Thank you for your support.
Good afternoon, which I.
That's not the UN.
21, please.
Yeah, 1 minute, go ahead.
Thank you. My name is Lena, I'm a tenant organizer at Stage and tenant in District 13. Also here speaking for in support of version A of the Larger Ordinance. Again, as well as speak and act on the new ordinance without delay. This version A accurately represents the motion approved by the council in line with the intent to remove extra increases for additional tenant occupants. Councilor Missouri and I definitely understand the desire to clarify the language around dependents, but please do not let us derail us voting on this historic ordinance. Many larger tenants, as many others have shared, will be receiving their rent increases on February 1st. And we need to ensure that they also can enjoy the benefits of this ordinance. We and you have all worked too hard on this to allow there to be more delays for people to not get these really important benefits in this year of crisis after crisis for inflation. So please stand with renters and get this past the finish line. We're almost done. Let's make Largo into law that will be able to benefit everybody before February 1st. Thank you.
Report, which item?
21.
See, 1 minute.
My name is Jason Enright. I'm a LA Ford Institute and I'm a member of the North Hollywood Northeast Sheriff Council. I am here to support version A of the Larcel ordinance. I know people said that they feel this is moving fast. I hear that. But the reason this is moving fast is because in February, people's rents can go. And under the rules you all approved just a few weeks ago, it would lower the rent increase to 3%. If we don't get this through now, it would be 4%. But that's just, that means a lot to people who are on student loans, people who, live paycheck to paycheck, people who need your help and your support. So I understand that this is moving fast, but this report came out a year ago, and we sat up for a year, and didn't do anything happen. So let's get this done today, let's get this through, so we can help these people who need our help, and then we can figure out all the rest as we go forward. Thank you very much for your time. Have a great day.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Eloisa Gallego, soy miembro de ACE. Voy a hablar sobre el punto 21 y comentario de uno.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Eloisa. I would like to comment on item 21 in public comment.
Si hay algo que cambiar,
For item 21, there is no general public comment in this part of the meeting.
para esta parte de la reunión no se va a aceptar el comentario general por ahora, pero sí puede dar su comentario y del 21.
You can give general comment when we go back into the regular meeting.
Puede dar su comentario general una vez que volvamos a la reunión general del Consejo Municipal. Si hay algo que cambiar, el gasto debe ser CPI del 90%
70%. If there's anything that should be changed to Larcel, it should be the CPI from 90% to 60%.
Lo demás no debe cambiar de gasto.
Nothing else should be changed on Larcel.
La ley de gasto debe votarse ya, implementarse en febrero, porque es una necesidad de los inquilinos, no es un lujo para ellos.
Larcel needs to be voted on and implemented right now. This is a need for all of the tenants.
Voten a favor de la versión A.
Please vote for version A.
¿Sabían que Los Ángeles, California está en estado de emergencia por miedo? Eso lo votaron los supervisores.
You all know that we in California are facing a crisis, an emergency because of the race with ICE and everything else. Even the supervisors voted.
A todos los concejales, escúchenme bien, doble moral, los que trajeron aquí a gente de El Salvador para apoyarnos como inmigrantes.
And you, please, council members, please listen to me. All the people that you brought here that were immigrants from El Salvador.
Y no nos creemos ningún chiste. Les están doblando las rodillas a las corporaciones millonarias. ¿Para qué? Para que le paguen sus campañas de reelección.
And you're all here, it's not funny, this isn't a joke. You're all here kneeling before the corporate billionaires just so that they can fund your re-election campaign.
No con los millonarios como Blackstone.
Not for the working class, not for the corporate billionaires like Blackstone.
My name is Elizabeth Hernandez, and it's really important that, I'm actually very disappointed with some of your council members on the vote on Larcel. You know, we have been mobilizing our communities, we have been mobilizing the people out, knocking doors, and then make the time to come and do public comment while you all, you know, having that conversations. You know, it's important that Larcel, it has to be implemented, it has to be finished, it has to be voted before February. Most of these grants are going to get wasted and on the rent. And also, it's important for you guys to vote on the version A. And yes, I agree, it's important for us to define also, you know, what dependent is in our household, because we also want to be clear on that. But I also want to take this few seconds to please ask for advice. I keep coming in and calling for a meeting for the tenants. Now, one of the tenants is here, please, in our Harvard building, and that's coming out of harassment. Please listen and have yourself.
Which item would you like to speak to? Item 21, item 22. All right, you'll have 2 minutes.
Okay, item 21. In my opinion, this item should receive a no vote unless wording is added that will include funding for investigation of what the incompetent powers of the TV council did when the city was burning to the ground, and another investigation of where the billions in homeless funds recycled. And in my opinion, a no vote. If criminally insane, indicted, and on trial criminal Karen Price, empowering Pantera Cup, Bob Genocide Bloomfield, and Sweetie Marquise Dawson are allowed to vote. Item number 22. Saying, in my opinion, this item should receive a no vote unless wording is added and will include funding for an investigation of what the incompetent powers of the Sweetie Council did when the city was burning to the ground, and another investigation of where the billions of homeless funds were recycled. And in my opinion, a no vote. If criminally insane, indicted, and on trial criminal Karen Price, already Pantera Cup, Bob Genocide Bloomfield, and Sweetie Marquise Dawson are allowed to vote. These items are the best the town can come up with in the face of tens of thousands of homeless conditions that they create.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Speaker like Jonathan, would like to speak to? You'll have 1 minute.
All right, my name is Hassan. I'm a resident in District 8.
I for Kate. Our community has spoken. Nazarian, McCosker, Bob, Marquise, our body small numbers. You have spoken to them. You have heard them. It's not a good say that you're here today telling me that you want to fix things when you had 2 motherfucking years to have those conversations with our community. We approach you, we make phone calls, we make calls, we make emails, and today you decide to have this conversation about little stuff. It's not a good thing. We had those conversations. We met with you multiple times. We asked you what were your questions around those things. We got the signatures. So get it together, let's vote on it. Yeah, if we want to discuss it next year, let's do it. So let's make sure that we protect huge amounts of renters in our community. Thank you.
All right, that concludes public comments. And the clerk what's before us?
The council may now vote on items 22 and 23.
All right, seeing no comments on the queue, on that item, let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
49.
All right, what's next?
Item 21 is before council, and Councilmember Price has requested.
Get the fuck out of here, Price. The price is right. The price is right. He sold out. The price is right.
Oh.
That's what we call him.
Yeah.
None? Councilmember Parks.
No, they've all been stuck.
All right, well, hold on a second. Can you tell us, Madam Clerk, exactly what's before us at this time?
The amended motion is Nazarian and McCosker is before council. If the council would like to take up that item separately, there's another motion for Robertson Martinez to move the version A of ordinance.
All right, and those two things disagree with each other, yes?
No, they don't.
Okay. Councilmember Park? Okay. Councilmember Hernandez?
Yes, can we have the city attorney come here?
Yes.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Member representative from the city attorney's office, there are lots of questions. All right, members of this council meeting will go into recess for 15 minutes. City attorney is asking for time to resolve some of the questions that I think people have. Councilmember McCosker?
Suzanne, city attorney, somewhere out there. Dependent shall mean a qualifying child and/or qualifying relative as defined by the IRS, including requirements related to relationships, support, income, and violent status, without regard to residency status. Just before.
Councilmember Hernandez?
Since we're putting it out there, if y'all could also think about what are the implications to our immigrant communities who perhaps aren't impacted by IRS, who perhaps haven't been impacted by IRS, will put a red flag on them? I'd like to know information about that. Thank you.
Got it. Councilmember Sloan Martinez?
Mr. President, in theory and concept supportive of the amendment that Ms. Aaron forwarded, to clarify some things. I just want to make it clear that you can get back today without delaying it. I would support of it, but if you can't, I hope the majority of the community moves it forward more important.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Sloan Martinez. I'm committed to getting something on council today. And if it means we have to come back to this issue, we come back to it. But the city attorney is right now working on developing a version that we can vote on today. Councilmember Vidal.
Yes, Council President, I want to echo what Councilmember Soto Martinez said about the urgency of getting something out there. That's why I moved for option A. If there's too much ambiguity and not enough time for the city attorney to properly review this, I'm fully supportive of clarifying the definition. I would move to bifurcate it or take this amendment and bring it back to committee so we can iron it out further, and we can just vote on the item as it stands right now.
Councilmember Park? Got it. Okay. Mr. Nazarian?
Thank you, Council President. Since we're all speaking right now, I'll just take a minute to make sure that I address some of the issues that came up from the public comment as well. One of the reasons why I made sure that we read this into the record is so that it happens before the public comment actually started, so that the issue is known and have the opportunity to be addressed. Second, the reason why I wanted to read it in full context was so that we know exactly what we're getting. The IRS code is in black and white, and the two exclusions that I'm asking for actually have to do with residency, as well as making sure that dependency of 6-month requirement doesn't become an issue. So all of that was accounted for to make sure that we're addressing these issues. This is really technical in nature. I know it was a lot of reading, but that was done in order to make sure that there isn't anything being missed or misaligned or misaddressed, because we want to make sure this amendment, which is technical in nature, gets out of the floor today with the ordinance and is done so that we're not working on it again. That was the whole intent of this. So this is not going to delay. I think if anything, the fact that we got 2 versions of this is the delay itself. We should have gotten one version with a clear definition of what dependent is. Since we didn't get that, we have to do it on the floor, and I felt this would be the cleanest and easiest way of getting it done. So I hope that addresses some of the issues and concerns. And I would encourage my colleagues and everyone watching this and listening to this to go to the IRS website and pull it out. It's all in black and white. And make sure that we understand that we're taking out the dependency issue having to do with residency, as well as making sure that dependents do not have to have a certain timeline. Because if there's an ailing family member and they need to join their relative, that shouldn't be excluded. So, thank you very much for this opportunity to clarify.
Thank you so much, Mr. Marion. We appreciate the spirit of your contribution here. I think certainly the opinion of the chair is we need to pass something today, and we need to pass something as complete as possible. So we'll do that. I think the city attorney has arrived and can join us at the desk. And I think the basic question is we're trying to tighten belt and suspenders, as Councilmember Blumenthal says, the definition of dependent to protect both tenants and landlords, because we don't want to go to a situation where the landlord can decide someone's not a dependent, and we don't want a situation where a landlord can't determine establishing a dependent. So that's what's before us. We need to vote today. So if you could speak to that issue.
Yes, well, thank you, Council President. Deputy City Attorney Peter Wolf of the Housing Division of the City Attorney's Office. We've thought about this and we discussed quite a bit this morning. Our recommendation would be that the specific issue of the amendment to work on the definition of dependent. We recommend that we do that separately. Definitions are tricky, and we want to make sure we get it accurate and 100% correct. So our recommendation is that
In my understanding, it's actually we were speaking off to the side, that motion was already made by Councilmember Rob.
Like 6 years and with like the Brazilian.
Pardon me? You sure? All right, Councilmember Park. Councilmember Park, did you have anything for the city attorney?
Thank you. Actually, question first. Maybe the city attorney can offer an answer to make my additional housing, but what is the process for publicizing and
Yeah, of like
As I decided to the housing department issues both via, I think the deadline is by May 30th, so the annual period that's starting to affect, it's published by that date, and that is likely published on the website. So actually, Ms. Anna will take from NIHD and give more details if you want.
Good morning, Councilwoman. Yes, City Attorney is correct. The Housing Department publicizes this every year, mainly through the annual bill that's sent to landlords. It's on our website. We post it in the newspaper, various ways. It's on all of our informational materials. It's a very important aspect of the RSO that everybody wants to know. That's what the ordinance says, but actually we know the amounts in normal years. We know the percentages in October, so we start publicizing it in October. The annual bill goes out at the end of December or January. So January is a big month when a lot of people get that information. Yeah.
So if I'm understanding this correctly, am I right that in May of last year, we told our housing providers that their annual allowed rental increase for the fiscal year would be 3% plus utilities? And now it may be 3% without. Is that right?
Well, we knew that this issue was under review, so for the past year or so, we've been saying the current percentage is 3% unless modified by the city council. So we've been advertising that and warning people of that for many months.
So it seems that it would be important to follow the same process that we have in place and that we've used this year already to notify providers and tenants of the annual increase. And so when we requested this ordinance last month, I expected we were following our usual process. So how does this change here? How are you going to get notice out to the impacted universe in a way that is consistent with the commitments we've already made?
So again, it would go out to all landlords, all notifications. It would be part of the registration certificates that landlords receive when they register their rental unit. The timing is very good because that happens right now at this time of year when we're getting ready to send the bills out. Because the annual payment period is January to February, so that is the timing. We'll put it on our website and in all of our seminars and just in all of the informational materials that we normally send out. But January is a high volume time for us, so that's a good time to inform the public about new changes.
How far in advance can a housing provider notify a tenant of a rental increase? I mean, I know there's a minimum of 30 days, but it's not always.